Welcome to EL-Bethel Global News. The strikes are ongoing, the missiles are hitting back and forth between the warring countries, and this war is escalating across the Gulf region. Will it spill over to other nations? Where are Iran's allies? Russia and China jointly requested an emergency meeting of the United Nations Security Council, but neither of them has indicated their willingness to intervene militarily to support Iran. On the other hand, the US issues 30-day waiver to allow Indian refiners to buy Russian oil amid energy fears. The US President Donald Trump also said, they, that is Iran, are calling. They are saying, how do we make a deal? I said, you are being a little bit late. Now we want to fight more than they do. That's what Donald Trump said. Do you know that the US troops have been told that this war in Iran is intended to bring about Armageddon war? As we witness these events in our generation, it is worth understanding the biblical prophecies and how the Jewish rabbis understand these prophecies. The Persian regime goes on to be described as the main adversary in many rabbinic prophecies. Nearly 2,000 years ago, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai taught that if you see a Persian horse tied up to the graves of the land of Israel, expect the footsteps of Messiah. In other words, when Persian military is causing deaths in Israel, the final redemption is near. That's what they say. Ayatollah Khamenei was killed significantly during Shabbat Zachor, the Sabbath before Purim, when the Jews read the portion of the Torah commanding them to wipe out the memory of Amalek from the world. Haman, the anti-hero of Purim, was an Agagite, a descendant of Agag, the king of the Amalekites, spared by King Saul in defiance of a direct command by God to destroy the nation. The alliteration of Haman and Khamenei is unmissable. The Iranian regime is targeting civilian centers in Israel, making it clear that they are waging war like biblical Amalek, who targeted the elderly, young and weak. They say, in the year that King Messiah will be revealed, all the kings of the nations of the world will taunt each other. The king of Persia will taunt the king of Arabia. It is interesting to note that Iran responded by attacking neighboring Arab countries as well. But a tragedy of a different kind was narrowly averted on the first day of the war, as one missile landed just several hundred meters from the Western Wall and the Temple Mount. The Islamist regime is targeting Jerusalem. Ironically, a missile strike on the Temple Mount would likely destroy the Muslim structures that dominate Judaism's holiest site. Rabbi Ben Avraham wrote, they launched a ballistic warhead aimed at the heart of Jerusalem. And let us be clear, this was not a military error. This was an intentional strike on the most sensitive 35 acres on earth. They say, consider the timing. We are in the month of Ramadan. At the moment of that strike, the mount was filled with thousands of Muslim worshippers in prayer. The Iranian regime, a regime that claims to speak in the name of Islam, was willing to slaughter thousands of their own believers and destroy the Al-Aqsa compound just to strike a blow at the Zionist entity. They say you cannot claim to be the vanguard of faith while trying to blow up its foundation. A good point to note. The fall of the Islamist regime may set the stage for the Third Temple. It is worth remembering that it was a Persian Emperor Cyrus who liberated the Jews some 2,500 years ago and allowed them to rebuild the Holy Temple in Jerusalem. We read in Isaiah 45 verse 1 that Cyrus is surprisingly referred to as God's Messiah, that is, the Anointed One. He was not the Messiah. So a ruler of a Persian connection should rise, and so we should expect Iran to once again play a big role to pave the way for the rebuilding of the Third Temple in Jerusalem. The US President Donald Trump said he wants Washington to play a role in selecting Iran's next leader after the death of Khamenei. Let me quote what the US President Donald Trump said. "Khamenei's son is unacceptable to me. We want someone that will bring harmony and peace to Iran." Who can that be? Reza Pahlavi, the exiled crown prince of Iran, who was being praised by the Iranian people as their choice to replace the Ayatollah as a ruler, visited the Western Wall in Jerusalem in April 2023 to promote peace between the Iranian and Israeli people. His visit highlighted the historical connection to Cyrus the Great, who helped rebuild the Jewish temple. The visit gave hope for a new era of diplomatic relations, referred to as the Cyrus Accords. In recent interviews, Pahlavi has frequently referenced this biblical connection and the Persian role in building the Jewish temple as a basis for renewed relations with Israel. You would have heard about Abraham Accords, the Board of Peace, but do you know that Cyrus Accords will be a catalyst to this cause, that is building the third temple in Jerusalem? We will have to wait and see how this war is going to catapult. Stay tuned for more updates.